Research first. Read some books, look at the areas where gold was found in the past, and you go to the same areas and find gold where there's still plenty of gold today. You know, they say only 10% of all the gold has ever been found, but there's probably a great deal more than that. It just takes the desire to go out and look and the challenge behind it and see what you can do yourself.
With prospecting being such a part of Pat's life, his greatest pleasure is passing on his knowledge and skill to others just getting started in the hobby.
A bunch of us prospectors kind of got together and we wanted to help teach new people and get the word out that, hey, there's still gold out there, that it's not all found. We started a prospecting club. There's a lot of us guys that are pretty experienced in the group, and we're always willing to take the time out and help people and show them how they can find gold. And it's always a great feeling, and it's great to see them, how excited they get when they have a little bit of vial of gold. It's a great chance to meet new friends and get their families involved and get kids and older people involved. It just gives a chance for people who have never done it to kind of get away from the city, come up into the hills and see what nature's about and see the different types of equipment that are used for prospecting and take their chance of finding some gold, but having a real good time while they're doing it.
When we return, Steve will share his impressive gold nugget collection and share about the special relationship he shares with his metal detector. Welcome back to Treasure Hunting America. Compared to many treasure hunters, Steve is relatively new to the hobby, but his luck in finding gold nuggets has made him the envy of many old-timers.
First off, I was prospecting for opal, and then I wanted to do something a little different. And I saw a prospecting magazine on gold, and I wanted to go out and find large nuggets. And I went to Keene Engineering and bought a good detector. And it sat for probably a year, and then I went up north and went to this camp and found a couple of nice nuggets. It's just a lot of fun to get out and walk a lot. It's good exercise. It's cut my cholesterol down. It's a thrill of the hunt, really. It's just not knowing what you're going to find. And once you get a really good signal, your heart starts pounding, and there's nothing really like it. And you meet a lot of different people, good people. Prospecting people are, the best people around.
The hobby of gold prospecting can yield some terrific financial results, but as Steve found out, it also can work wonders for a person's health.
Benefit mostly has been getting my cholesterol cut down, if you can believe that or not. I was on Zocor, and then I got off of that because it was too expensive. And then I got into this prospecting, and then 2 years later I went and have a physical, and he calls me up on the phone, and he can't understand why my cholesterol count is so low, and it's not because my diet didn't change. I finally figured it out like 2 hours later because of all the walking that I've done. Sometimes you walk 2 or 3 miles a day, maybe even more. You don't know because you're just so tuned in to the hunt. So that's a benefit, absolutely. This nugget I found on New Year's Eve 2 years ago. I had to get out, so I told my wife I needed to get out for a couple hours. And I drove up to Chispa. So I got out of my truck, I walked over with my detector, and the first signal I got was one of those signals that you just love to hear, nice and soft, real sweet. At about 2.5 feet, the signal became so loud, it was like vibrating in my machine. So I decided, just keep digging, and finally there wasn't a target down in the hole. And I looked at the pile, my little tailing pile that I thought was just gonna be a big piece of steel or something. It turned out to be this nugget. This one we call a bear nugget. It looks a little bit like a bear nugget. This was a special find also, because the place has been detected a lot. I think a lot of people get frustrated with their machines because they don't understand what they're doing at the beginning. So going out and meeting people that will teach you what you need to hear and where your machine needs to be tuned and balanced out. I've done it a lot. I've helped a lot of people do that with their machines, because it took me probably a year before I really felt comfortable with my machine. You do become part of the machine. That's a fact. It's true. I mean, especially when you pull up a good-sized nugget, you just want to hug your machine and go, that's cool.
With a few years now under his belt, Steve has learned several great lessons about being a successful prospector.
You want to be real confident in what you're doing, and you will become successful, but you have to believe that. Confidence is I had a tough time with it. But then I became real confident in knowing what I'm going to find. A lot of people go out thinking they're going to find lots of gold first day or the first week, and they rush out and they just keep rushing. You've got to be really, really patient, extremely patient to find gold. Read some books, know their geology, know where places where gold has been found, and go there and take your time.
With patience on his side, Steve looks forward with anticipation in finding his dream nugget.
The dream I always have is just coming up with like Ty Paulson's 13-pound nugget. I mean, and he only found that 18 inches deep. But then again, I'd have it for a while, I'd look at it and go, okay, I need a 20-pounder now. But that's just the way this hobby is. It's nasty. They're just not ever big enough.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Treasure Hunting America. Join us next time as we explore more real-life stories of people finding treasure all over the country. I'm Mark Hendricks, and until next time, happy hunting! Treasure Hunting America is sponsored by White's Electronics, manufacturers of the world's finest metal detectors. For over 50 years, White's has been building metal detectors in the USA for treasure hunters around the world. For more information, visit their website or call the number on your screen.